Hey LTB gang, we are on the water today. It is a beautiful summer day. I'm super stoked because we have two guests joining me, and
Michael Hansen with Millennium Guide Service.
And Nicole King, Nicole Lynn Outdoors.
today we are going to show you guys how to dig them out of deep water. On the lake, your given lake, use your electronics to find deeper water, cover, and structure. This could be rock, it could be weeds, it could be big logs that are laid down. These are all ambush points. We've talked about in previous videos, ambush points in shallow water. Now, same applies for deep water. These fish now have gone from a shallow water position and out to deeper cover and structure. The reason for that is that we have bug life, we have minnow life, we have cooler water temps. It's warm outside. It's midsummer, you guys. So these fish want to feel more comfortable, and they follow these things and these patterns throughout the time of the year. We're going to show you guys how to hoss them out of deep water. So we're utilizing our electronics here a little bit. We just came over a deep water ledge. We have a little bit of aquatic insects, as it looks like. A lot of bug life. Right here is a pile of fish. This is a feeding frenzy, just in that fresh water, feeding frenzy, eating up the bugs. Might have some other bait fish mixed in there too even, but this is the type of stuff we want to look for. We get on a deeper edge or a ledge, and we look for these fish that are up feeding. Well, we have some great products here for dredging them out deep. One of them is going to be the jig. This is going to be able to punch through some heavy, deep cover, including weeds, but it's a cast and place bait. We're able to let this be in the zone and fish in the zone. Slow it down if you would. Next is going to be a crankbait. This is going to dive down deep. We're going to work it down those break lines, bounce it off a cover, pause it, hesitate it, jerk it, you name it. They're going to crush it. We're going to be able to move a little bit faster, cover more water more efficiently. Alrighty, we're gonna dig down and deep into that setup for our crankbait. I'm gonna run this on a fiberglass casting rod, as you can see. Generally, right in that medium to medium heavy is gonna be very applicable. I'm gonna run a braided line, generally 20 to 30 pound braid, right to that fluorocarbon leader to the lure. Now we're gonna have Michael, he's gonna talk about the Lipless crankbait, and Nicole, she's gonna show you guys how to dredge them out deep with that spinnerbait.
All right, a couple different ways that you can work this lipless crankbait that I like to use is either yo-yo retrieve, keeping constant tension on that. You can also just do a straight retrieve on these baits. And a lot of times what I like to do when I am straight retrieving them, working them over shallow structure and then over into deep water, is keeping my rod tip up high. And then as I'm coming over that structure, I'm actually dropping that rod tip down, allowing that bait to keep the same rate of speed and fall just a little bit lower to where those bass are in the strike zone. I actually had to keep my rod tip up higher to work this bait over the weeds, and then as I was bringing it back, I started to slowly drop my rod tip down, allowing that bait to crawl down the weed edge, and she just smoked me. What a cool fish.
Hey LTB guys and gals, in this month's box we have some lucky extras to show you. Michael and I are going to show you how to rig these up on some of the different baits that you got in this month's box. This lucky extra comes with a blade and plastic tubing to help hold these blades on your baits. So what I did was I took that tubing and put it over the split ring on this blade, and all you do is put it over the hook on your jig that you get in this month's box or any other jigs that you use, and slide that on over the barb, and that will fix that on your hook. Michael will show you some other tips and tricks.
Here I'm using the crankbait that I was using earlier, this lipless crankbait, but you could also do this on a standard crankbait if you'd like. Instead, how I like to do it is I'll actually take this here, this split ring, I'll slide it over the hook, and then I'll take that plastic tubing that's also included, I'll spear that through, which will hold that on there. and then I'll just either take a side cutters or a small scissors and trim that down, and then I'll actually have enough of a piece to use on another bait. Another thing I like to use, if I have some spinnerbaits that are laying around, some old rusty janky spinnerbaits that need some flair, I'll throw one of these on there, which can help save you some money and bring the baits back to life.
All right, let's get back to fishing.
Sounds good.
So both the guys have been running crankbaits the majority of the day, but one of my favorite baits to use when I'm bass fishing is a spinnerbait. It's super versatile, and since these bass have moved into the deeper water, off steep breaks and rock piles, you can take a spinnerbait and work it faster over the shallow weeds or structure, and then slow it down once the water starts to drop off to bring this bait down into the zone where the bass are sitting.
What is it, Nicole?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Nice one.
Ooh, nice one, just chased mine too.
There she is. Got it on the bladed bait, rolling it over some deep rock piles. Just slow rolling it so it stayed nice and deep for these smallmouth. It's a gorgeous one.
All right, we're gonna be going over setups. It's gonna be a little bit of use what you got. We have the spinnerbait and the lipless crankbait. We could run this on a spinning setup or a bait caster. As you can see, I have it tied up to the spinning rod. We have a 20-pound braid, maybe as high as 30-pound braid, and we're gonna attach a fluorocarbon leader directly down to our lure. Use what you got, dredge them out deep, guys. Now that we've shown you how to dredge them out of the depths, you guys can go home and take that summertime box and use it in action.
Don't forget to subscribe, hit like, comment down below, and tag Lucky Tackle Box in your pictures.
We will see you out on the water next time.